All right, made it to Fairbanks a little while ago. Me and Chuck got all of our bags packed up off of the baggage claim. Got my rifle claimed, and Shane went off to get the rental vehicle. So we're gonna go load up with supplies. Sportsman's Warehouse, Walmart, and then we'll be headed north. So yeah, Shane went and got the rental vehicle.
There he is.
That's him. So that's our ride for the week. Actually, next 2 weeks. How was acquiring this bad boy?
I went there. They said, we don't have a reservation for you. I was like, It says on my phone you do. So I gave them a reservation number. Turns out they sent me the wrong location. Luckily, a guy was nice enough to give me a ride to the right location once they figured out where that was. It took them a while because their systems crashed, so they couldn't use their phones or computers for a little while, but we got it figured out, and here we are, ready to go. Ready to go. And it's getting pretty stormy out there.
We are loaded down. We each got a cooler full of food. Each got our big bag, rifle, 4 gas cans, more food behind the seats in here, and our carry-on. We just gotta go fill up with gas. We're gonna maybe buy a wolf tag, or me and Chuck are, and we'll be headed north, headed up to the north slope.
Well, just got the cold foot to fuel up, and somebody had quite a bit of luck. So that's encouraging. Another group of people rolled up with sheds and antlers, so we're gonna get out there and get on them. They gave us some pointers, and hopefully they weren't lying. Well, it's almost 2 in the morning, and just getting our camp set up. Sleep, get up, and see if we can find caribou. This is where Fish and Game recommended we go. So, yeah, see you in the morning.
Well, we are still just kind of looking for caribou. And then, yeah, we kind of just want to find some caribou and then decide what we want to do. We're unsure if we're going to head out for the rifle zone, or I think we're maybe going to try to put on a couple stalks with the bow first at least. But, yeah, we're still just kind of looking for caribou. We haven't seen one yet.
But we will, very soon. Mark my words. All right, it's been about 5 minutes since our last update. Guess what? I spotted 10 caribou. So we're gonna get the spotting scope set up, see what they are. They are like right skyline on this ridge, like back there. They're probably 2-3 miles from the road. They're out there ways, but we're gonna see if we can figure out if there's any bulls in there and go from there. But hey, first caribou spotted.
Well, we've just been headed north up this road, and we're watching some guys make stock on a couple caribou right now down below us. And we spotted some more caribou way back there on that back ridge line. So we're debating going back to where we saw the first caribou and hiking out to the rifle zone, or what we should do. So that's what's happening.
All right, we're just getting loaded up. Got all our stuff packed. Where we saw those bulls this morning, we're gonna hike in after those. We took a drive. Didn't see much else that we were too interested in, so we are gonna hike back to pretty much that mountain right back there. So we'll see if we can find those caribous and put a stalk on them with the bows on the way. That'd be ideal.
All right, we're about 2 miles into our trek to the rifle zone, and we just sat here on a little rocky point and glassed for a second, and Chuck spotted a nice bull out kind of to our northwest a little ways, and he's actually pretty close to the rifle zone, so it's a good sign. We're gonna keep moving.
So we're gonna keep going, and hopefully he cuts us off right at that 5 mile mark. So far,
Yeah.
we're staying on the ridges. Tundra's not bad. We're cruising at, our pace is 2.7 miles an hour, and we've taken 2 little breaks.
Yeah.
Before we took a break, it was 3.
So
Just
if we
the
can,
glass, not to rest our lungs or anything.
Right.
Or legs.
right,
Just the
Exactly.
glass.
Just filtered in some water. 1.5 miles left. We're at our 5 mile corridor, so almost there. This front broke off on this one side. That thing is cool. It's not very old. That's sweet. Pull it up and out.
Starting to rain.
Yeah, good campsite.
test where we're camping.
Home, bro.
Well, we've just been sitting here glassing still. Got quite a few caribou kind of located on this mountainside. A couple north of us, some deadheads, some sheds. And it's about getting close to 7 now. So, cooking some dinner. Shane and Chuck are eating hot dogs. I'm eating a Peak Refuel Bison Ranch mashers. So we're just hanging out for a while until we get too tired, and we're gonna go to bed and wake up in the morning and hopefully kill some caribou. If we're not spotting any more migrating through kind of closer to our camp, we're thinking about probably putting a stalk on one up on this mountain. And there's at least one that looks pretty good up there, so we'll see how it goes.
Well, it's about 8:45 in the morning, and it's raining. This morning earlier it was super foggy, like you couldn't see anything, but the fog's lifted a little bit, and we can see that mountain where the caribou were last night. So I'm gonna get out. Johnny's already out there. Do a little glassing, make a little breakfast. Hopefully the rain lets up so we don't get too wet. But yeah, just supposed to kind of do this for a few days, which is pretty unfortunate, because if it does do it for 4 days, we're gonna run out of food, and then we're gonna have to go all the way back, and then it's probably gonna get nice out, and we're gonna wish we were back here again. So hopefully it clears up enough for us to do a little hunting.
How long do you think we hiked, Shane? A mile?
Yeah.
Probably hiked a mile out here, farther out into the rifle zone, towards where we saw these caribou last night. Picked up a couple deadheads, a couple sheds, and these caribou we saw last night seem like they're gone, but this is a really cool spot. We got a lake behind us, a bigger lake in front of us. We got a nice little corridor because there's another mountain in front of us. And
pinch point.
yeah, we're kind of, it feels like a good pinch point, and it's a cool looking spot. So we're feeling good about it. I think we're gonna move camp here either this afternoon or tomorrow. We're gonna move it farther out here a little bit, and eventually some caribou are hopefully moving through here.
All right, well, got a little rain fly set up back at camp. We just saw caribou, like right over this little first ridge. So closest we've seen them. There's 3 of them. They're either cows or small bulls, but it's good to see them moving through. Where we're thinking about moving camp is actually just right where they're headed down the. They're kind of in the bottom. We're gonna be up on this ridge further that way. So we're just gonna hang out here for a little bit, keep an eye on them, see where they go. Well, we went from real high to pretty low. Spotted some caribou pretty close to camp, and then now we've got a group of 3 guys hiking right toward us. And we first saw them when they were probably a good 2 miles from our camp, and they stopped for a bit, so I'm pretty sure they saw us. And now they're just walking straight towards us. They're probably about 3/4 of a mile away, but I don't know. We're gonna talk to them, see what their plan is, but I feel like none of us came all the way to Alaska and hiked to the rifle corridor just to hunt right next to somebody. All right, well, we walked out there. We probably towards those hunters that were coming in. We walked a good half mile in their direction, and we were waiting for them because they were coming towards us the whole way. And then they got to about probably only a half mile from us, and they pretty clearly skirted around us. So I don't know, mixed feelings about that. A little weird knowing that they saw us and they know we wanted to talk to them because we walked towards them like a half mile, and then they just kind of skirted away. Luckily,
Because we were on the ridge and then
Right.
they dropped inside it.
they dropped to where they were out of sight from us. So I don't know. Hopefully luckily they kind of went around us a way that if they keep going that direction, then that's good for us. But there's also a chance they could just skirt down the hill to where we can't see them and then pop back up where we don't want them. So I don't know, a little frustrating.
Well, we've just been sitting out here in our camp chairs, just enjoying the nice break in the weather, trying to take advantage and glass everything we can. And a group of bachelor bulls is coming through back here. They are out in the archery range, unfortunately, but one of them's a pretty nice bull. Looks like there's probably one more that's probably a shooter in there, at least 2. But that one's pretty nice. And yeah, looks like they're working their way south, but they could work their way out this direction. So at least it's good to see some caribou moving through.
Direction that we wanted to.
Yeah. So we're just gonna sit here, keep watching. Maybe we'll get lucky and they work this way. All right, Shane went on a little mission. He spotted a sled that somebody left out there, so he walked out there to get it, and he just got to it. So if we kill some caribou, we will probably be using that to pack some stuff out. Spotted some caribou way out there. Headed the other direction, 3 of them.
All right, a morning like this again, cold, kind of rainy. I was kind of thinking, it's probably gonna be a slow morning just like the others have been. But first I spot a caribou. You can see him on the camera right now. Right there. Just a little guy coming straight at us. And then I spotted 5 of them out on this ridge, and hopefully they work this way. But it looks like we got a couple shooters in them, so
That one's got a white mane on it.
we'll see where they go. Johnny says one's got a white mane on him. Yeah, I think that's the one I was looking at that I said was pretty solid. That or that other one. He's smaller than the other. But yeah, so far things are heating up. We're about to go make our first stalk on caribou. We're gonna go right back to this ridge. Those bulls are following this one, so we're gonna try and cut them off. We're kind of scrambling because we were not already. We had just woken up, getting started on breakfast, and yeah, I spotted them. So we're gonna beat feet over there and see if we can cut them off.
All right, we're making it up to the caribou. We're on the ridge right above them, we think. Probably within like 500 yards. Just gotta get to this edge and relocate them. We saw them a minute ago back behind us working down this ridge. All right, we made it to the edge of this ridge. It's rocky ridge and they're down to the bottom. 600 yards.
Well, the caribou were right there. They fed down this way. We wrapped around this corner and they were headed like they were gonna cross the river right there. So we tried to get down to that bank so we can shoot to that flat. They saw us right about there and they peeled off and they ran all the way up, around, through this bottom. Right now they're right there. And camp is pretty much right where they're headed. But I don't know, there's no way we can catch them. We were surprised. We thought we'd get away with movement and stuff because this cow, saw us from a mile out and walked within 50 yards. But these bulls, as soon as they saw us walking down towards them, they just took off. So they must have had a few stalks on them on their way here. But it was a lot of fun to see caribou, make a stalk on them. Didn't work out, but they did about exactly what we want them to do. We just needed to have camp here, have a little more time to get in front of them so we weren't trying to go right at their side, but it was close.
Well, about midday. I think it's around 12:30. And we're just hunkered down under the tarp. Shane's running around trying to get warm. Haven't seen any caribou since this morning, but we'll come through eventually. Need another group to come through and put a stalk on them and make it count. But yeah, we had to block off another side of the tent because it was getting pretty windy. So
It's been raining all day.
Well, went back to camp, set up a old double rain fly. Got all sorts of room in here.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, caribou kind of skunked us this morning. Haven't seen any action since, so we're just gonna hang out here. And the plan is we'll probably stay here, and tomorrow morning, if we're not seeing much, we might pack out and try a different spot. Head up towards Dead Horse and probably go in another 5 miles again if we can find a good spot, and then go out for another 3 or 4 days, and then come back, and depending on how that goes, come back and maybe bow hunt the last couple days. That way we're in a good spot to pack meat out in a hurry. But let me show you what the old shelter looks like. Pretty fancy. Got a nice windbreak on that side. The rest is all open. That's the sled that we found, makes a nice little table. Pretty fancy.
Just kind of got up and went glassing for a while. There's a nice bull right there. We gotta go make a stalk on him. Shane spotted him, so he'll be shooter. It's a beautiful morning. Kind of chilly, but we're seeing the sun. He's right there, he's working. He'll be working from here, and he's working this way. So we'll probably go about right here and try to cut him off a little bit. Looks like he's starting to move. In front of him and he can have a shot.
Good shot, Shane.
Nice shot.
What do you think about those other two?
I think we can do better.
All right, we got our first haul road caribou down. We hiked into the rifle zone and we've been here for 3 days. It's been pretty rainy and nasty and socked in, but this is our first, really our best day we've had so far, and had a group of 3 feed through not far from camp, hiked in a ridge closer and got a 350-yard shot. This was the biggest bull in the group and the only one we wanted to take, so yeah, he dropped and checks all the boxes for me. I'm super happy with him, so we're gonna get him cut up, bring him back to camp, and then decide if we're gonna stay here another night or go somewhere else, because we haven't seen a whole lot of numbers for caribou here, but this might be enough to make us want to stay a couple more days, so we'll see. That's first to 3, 2 more to go.
All right. Didn't take us too long. I don't know how long it took, didn't time it, but got them all cut up. Got them all put in game bags, head cut off, bottom jaw off. Pretty well processed up. Got 4 quarter bags and a loose meat bag. Got all the loose meat taken off the ribs, the neck. So, what do you think, Shane? First caribou down.
Yep.
Processed up.
Just starting to
Camp
rain a little.
is right. Can't really see it. It's right above Shane on that ridge. So, be easy to get it back to camp. Get everything under the rain flies, because it looks like it might start raining again here before too long. And then we're gonna make the decision if we want to stay in or get out of here. Well, got everything loaded up in the packs. Shane's got the antlers and quarters. I got quarters. Chuck's got a quarter. And big old bear already coming right into our kill. We got up here on the hill above Shane's kill, and that bear got pretty close up to the kill, winded us, and he wheeled around and took off the other way. He's kind of headed off now, so.
So it's good that he cares that we're still around.
It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We got Shane's bull this morning. He's working on cleaning that skull out, and got it all back to camp and deboned. We built a meat rack out of caribou antlers that we found, and it's working pretty good. Got Shane's meat all off the ground, airing out, and now we're just enjoying the nice day. Finally got a good day. It's been good so far, at least, and enjoying not having to sit underneath the tarp, just glassing. See, we got one little bull way on the next hillside headed the wrong way, but other than that, I haven't seen anything. So yeah, Shane's gonna cook us up some caribou steaks here pretty soon for lunch, and hopefully another group of caribou moves through this afternoon.
Cooking up some steaks. Got some steak seasoning. What's the rest of them? Starting to drizzle a little bit, but still pretty nice day. Got the skull cleaned off pretty darn good. I'm excited for this.
It's getting towards the end of the day. It's about 8 o'clock. So we still got some good light left, but it's kind of winding down, and still haven't seen any caribou since this morning when we got Shane's. So we're eating our peak in our mountain house and watching our Wolverine buddy pack away chunks of Shane's caribou. So
Very entertaining to watch.
yeah, he's a pretty funny little guy to watch. So yeah, if it stays like this through tonight in the morning, we're probably packing out for sure. Maybe late morning, midday tomorrow. Head out to the pickup and reset, and most likely hike back into the rifle zone. Probably more towards Dead Horse. It's kind of what we're planning on. And yeah, so we'll have to pack up camp and throw Shane's bull on. And I think we're each gonna pack out maybe some sheds. Definitely me and Chuck.
Definitely, yeah.
So, yep, gonna finish out the night glassing in here, and then hopefully we can turn up some bulls for me and Chuck to shoot. If not, we're heading out in the morning.
We will.
That's the idea.
I'm excited for some warm boots, some dry boots.
Yep. We're gonna stay the night probably out at the pickup and hopefully get our boots and our clothes dried out. And then hit it hard again back out to the rifle zone.
Well, we're getting all packed up, ready to go. Guys that came down the ridge here yesterday ended up camping right there, which kind of sucks. But then they're hiking and they're hunting all over here. So they pretty much completely cut us off when originally they came from way over on that ridge. So, I mean, luckily we're kind of planning on leaving anyways, but it still is aggravating that they would do that. We just got all packed up and we're ready to head back. It's like, I think it's like 6.2 miles or something back to the road. But yeah, Johnny's got a shed, he's got his bow on there, some meat. Chuck looks like a porcupine. He's got a lot of sheds. And then I just got my big old rack. So yeah, we're gonna hike back, warm up in a warm truck that's just gonna keep me moving, and try a new spot.